Hey everyone, welcome back to the B-Movie Bunker. Today we're looking at 2013's Oculus. This is brought to us by Mike Flanagan, who also brought us the film Absentia, which I would highly recommend. What we have is the story of a brother and sister, now adults. The brother has just been released from a bit of psychiatric care, and his sister takes him back to the house where bad things happen to them as children, and she wants to basically stop the evil that basically ruined their family, and it's caused by this mirror. So the mirror is at the center of this. I want to first start out by saying that I thought the acting in this was really well done. You have the brother and sister played by Karen Gillan and Brenton Thwaites. I think they do a wonderful job. And you have flashbacks both to them as children, but to their parents as well, played by Katie Sackhoff and Roy Cochran. I think they really shine in this one with the acting. I liked the overall look of the movie. They don't go for a bunch of gore effects. There's a little bit of the jump scare, but not much. Mostly, it's just being generally kind of creepy and setting things up. And it has this very disjointed way of telling the story with these constant flashbacks and then flashback forwards to what's actually happening. And you get this kind of two stories at one time, but are still telling kind of the same tale. It's two stories telling the same story. And I enjoyed it for that. I like the fact that I like the way Flanagan does his films, where he lets the story and lets the characters tell you most of what's going on without having to show you tons of stuff. He's not one for just, he doesn't do the giant monster effects and the gore. He tells a story which is generally performance driven. It's the characters that drive the stories, and that's what you get with this. Is you get good characters driving a story behind good acting, and there's a general really good creepiness to the overall thing. And I think that just kind of plays into mirrors in general. Mirrors are kind of creepy, and I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, this film, it feels kind of like, it's like when you look in a mirror. Mirrors are something that we use all the time, and many times you take them for granted, but there's just something about a mirror, it reveals those truths when you look at it. You can't look in a mirror and you see yourself staring back, and you can see all the flaws. And I'm not talking physical flaws. When you look in a mirror, you can see the reflection back of you, and all the regrets and the what ifs and all those dark secrets. You can see, you can't hide from that in a mirror. And there's always that at least with me, there's that nagging thing when I look in the mirror, is who is going to be looking back at me. And that's kind of how I get this feel for this movie, is it really plays on that, of the who is looking back at you through that mirror. What is that reflection? And I love that it takes that and it turns it into I think a pretty good creepy little horror film. And I just like the overall look of the entire movie, especially with the disjointed way of telling it. And I like that though you see what's going on, there's still little bits where you're like, what really did happen? I mean, is it solely the mirror? Because yes, I believe it is, but there are some people I have read comments on where they think that this is all delusions and shared delusions and stuff like that. And I like the fact that you can have a film where you can have people interpret it different ways. Even if I feel it's obvious one way, there are people who see it a different way, and I can appreciate that, because that means that there's been a good enough story without being too, baseball bat to the face of this is what's happening, this, that thing. And I like the way that he directs the film and lets the characters really tell the story by just letting you see a glimpse into what is happening to them. So that's all I've got for this one. Until next time, why don't you all stay safe out there in the wasteland, folks.